So weather is something that we deal with quite a bit through the summer. We just hope and pray that it doesn't happen on, our really busy Saturdays where we have the flights stacked up and, 100 or 120 people to move. Just this past week, we were hit with really high winds. We had 3.5 inches of rain. So we weren't able to fly at all that day.
Oh my God.
So that kind of thing can happen. I mean, it's bush flying. It's VFR. That means we have to be able to see. We have to have a certain amount of visibility. We have to be able to see the ground. And if we can't see, we can't fly. So.
Let me give you a hand. Pay no attention at all to what he says. And if he really bothers you, stick a knife in him. Halfway through him.
We're from Paducah, Kentucky. We come here to fish. Been coming to Canada to fish since 1974.
1992 for me.
So.
Hey, that's nice. What do you want to do? Try and get him a look? That's what you've done.
Catch and release. It's awful good. Yes, it is. It's really good. You expect to catch fish when you come here. Yeah.
And we did this trip. We did the last trip. I mean, it's awesome.
I met Wayne back in the early 1980s. Me and my dad was up here and we were driving an old Rambler, and that Rambler is still at our camp up here, but we were driving that Rambler and Wayne had a cabin on Ord Lake, and we seen him. We didn't know anybody, and I said, let's go up to the cabin and meet this guy, and we got up there and it was Wayne Clark. Very young then, and I was too. But he had told us a story about a moose that he had the window open, and the moose came to that window and stuck his head there and looked inside the cabin, and we was hooked then. So we've been coming to Canada ever since.
So I helped my grandpa start a business, you could say, at 90 years old. He was working on a wood lathe and he was just turning out beautiful things. So we started him a little business. It's called 90 Rings. And I started taking him to local markets. And at these markets, I began to realize how much talent there is in our area. So I said, well, let's make half of the store in Vermilion Bay into the bait and tackle shop, and the other half will be where we can feature local artisans and sell locally, handcrafted giftware. So we named half of the store the Village Trading Post. The other half is Clark's Bait and Tackle. Yeah. A day in the office. Well, we answer all the phones, so all the calls, camp inquiries, anything to do with the stores comes to that office. The minnow orders, so when we wholesale minnows to the surrounding camps and stuff, everything comes to that office. So this is our flight scheduling board. It changes daily, but we try to somewhat stick with this. So we've got the otter, the beavers going, but this is how we show what lakes the pilots are going to, the groups going in and out. We track, the days off and stuff like that. keep track of the camp checks, we kind of put the schedule on the board up here as well. And I mark the days that the groups go in, the days that they're coming out, and then these X's mark their every second day camp check. The camp check pilots are responsible for taking note of our supplies, and then they get the notes back to me, and we fill out this board.
Biggest fish I've ever caught in my life, too.
Really?
Yeah, I had a 44-inch northern that was over 20 pounds. Huge. And a 31-inch walleye that was 10 pounds.
Oh my goodness.
And those are big fish. I do a lot of fishing, and those are two of the biggest fish I've ever caught in my life. Like, big, big, big. So, yeah, it was awesome.
Good, awesome. I'm glad you guys had a fun time.
Yeah. A little crummy weather 2 days ago. We fished in snow and 40-mile-an-hour winds, but other than that, a couple days with shorts. It was all right.
That's awesome.
It was fun.
Awesome.
We probably caught, I don't know, well over 2,000 walleyes, I would guess. Somewhere in there.
We all kind of meet in the office, make a plan for the day, hope that the plan sticks. Doesn't always. So Jeremy would do Carolyn McVicker. And then the guests start rolling down the hill, and then it's time to check them in. And then we're down at the dock and weighing them and loading the planes. And so I kind of just organize it all as best as I can.
So today was a very challenging day up north there. It was snowing hard. We got about 3 inches of snow on the ground. Very windy, and I got to check traps with this machine here, and you go into the bog and you get pinned against a bog, and it's like trying to paddle a sailboat when you're trying to paddle one of these Cessnas here. I must have got 36 gallons today, which was a good catch, a couple barrels full. I like to get at least 30 gallons a day, so 36 is a little better day today. I try to maintain that 30 gallons there just to keep my wife happy. She will, I know she will, cut my rum fund down if I start bringing in less minnows. So it's a lot of pressure. No matter what the weather is, I have to be out there all the time when it's windy, snowing, or whatever. Developed a really good bait for my minnow traps here. The guys make it for me here, and I make these balls here. It's actually ground up pasta. A couple of little young girls in Sulicout, their mother works for us, and they were quite concerned about my safety at my age, so they gave me this Dinsmore Original. It's a good luck quartz rock. So I carry this rock with me all the time now, and I wish I would have had it about from day one because it might have saved me wrecking a couple of airplanes and a few bangs on my head over the years. You can't beat this job. You take off in the morning and the sun's rising. You watch the sunrise every morning, and the sun sets in the evening, and have your coffee on the way to work. When you're flying along watching that sunrise, it's pretty neat. Yeah. So Curtis's day started like this here. We went out with the Super Cub, had a dead battery. We had to pull it back, but in the end, he got his solo on the Cessna and jumped in the lake, and it was all good in the end.
Flash kids on your group, and you go around like in the stations. There's like Louisiana.
We didn't tell them anything.
So it's a tradition every year when we have new pilots like Curtis, and Curtis actually his second year, but every time you have a first solo flight on a new plane, you have to jump in the lake. No matter the weather, if it's freezing out there, or today is not too bad, but yeah, you gotta jump in. Every new plane, that's a tradition.